This is Katie Lopez with the Tampa Bay Chamber, and I want to thank and welcome the viewers for tuning in to our 2024 candidate interview series for the Pasco County Board of County Commissioners. The Chamber focuses on policy, not politics, and while we do not endorse candidates, we do want to make sure that our members and the business community are informed of where the candidates stand on issues that are most important to them. We are excited to welcome Jack Mariano, running for District 5. Thank you for joining us, Jack.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course. As we head into the home stretch for Election Day, can you give us a brief 30 seconds or less update on your campaign and what message you want to deliver to voters?
Well, I want to first thank all the voters that voted for me in the primary. Glad to have that behind me. I think it was a pretty good testament to my past work that I kind of get things done, follow through with what I say I'm going to do, and try to make Pasco a better place.
Thank you. And now looking at the county government and its authority and resources for directing job growth, how can you leverage that to make sure that there's inclusive and diverse talent within Pasco County?
Well, as you know, Pasco County has become very diverse over the years. If you look at our upper management team, we are very diverse all the way through. We do, I think, a good job interviewing, selecting the best people, and we don't have any bias to anything. So I think it's led to a very balanced group that's doing a phenomenal job for the county.
And a key duty of the county commissioners is to construct, approve, and implement a budget. So what is one area of county services that you feel needs most additional resources? And should there be any part of the county budget that's shielded from cuts?
The biggest issues we have is like balancing public safety as well as the rest of the county budget. So we've taken some steps this year to actually look closely to give the sheriff the extra deputies he needs to make sure that we stay a very safe county. We like the way we're protected here. We want to make sure that we're going to be safe and not have any outside intruders come in to disrupt things for us. So I think balancing that with the rest of the budget, infrastructure is very important. So we've come up with an MSTU idea. We're going to float it out a little bit and hopefully coming up for an adoption coming up to go away from the paving assessment projects that separate and pit neighbor to neighbor and kind of open it up where we just have a balanced approach with the budget of doing transportation. Some good things we're looking at doing is a new technology called spray jet paving. And I say new technology is new to us. Switzerland's been doing it for over 20 some odd years. It's worked very well where it kind of puts the asphalt down over the tack without having any trucks run over it. That makes it a cleaner job as well. Microservicing is another thing we're going to be looking at. And we've got a technology now to actually go out and actually test the roads to see which roads are most in need of work and which ones, can wait a little bit longer.
Now, housing affordability remains a top concern for residents and the business community as we seek to recruit and retain a strong workforce. What zoning or policy changes would you support to address the growing workforce housing needs in Pasco County?
Well, we focused on trying to focus on where people can get into affordable housing. Number one, sometimes smaller lots in certain neighborhoods can work out better for most people that want to own their own home. Townhome project's been approved a little bit more as well, just to try to make it a little more affordable. And I'll tell you one thing we were looking at as far as closely with apartments. I want everyone to be aware of that live local agreement. That's something that it's really not affordable, and the tax break they would get would be devastating to the economy, which would slow us down. We recently have just approved a couple of smaller projects that focus on between 60 and 80% AMI, average monthly income, so people could make it more affordable. We just had a project that was about 20 years in the making right here in Hudson that right near a hospital, right near a shopping center, right near a library, along a trail that will become a very affordable, especially for seniors, but others as well.
And transportation challenges continue to weigh on our region. So, what do you see as an opportunity for investment in innovative transit alternatives and mobility options?
Well, one of the groups that we said is called the Transportation Management Area, where they look at big picture projects and work as three commissioners from Pasco, Hernando, and Pinellas, Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough. And we kind of work together at picking projects. And I'll say happily that at 54 and 41, that intersection was selected to be an overpass as a top priority project. We worked real hard when we did State Road 56 over a few years back. Initially, it was going to be a 4-lane project, and then staff had shifted it down to a 2-lane project. And I will say myself, Commissioner Len Smith from Zephyr Hills worked very hard to get it back to a 4 lane. It took Senator Danny Burgess jumping in real hard with us. We had the landowners, the developers, and the state, as well as the county, work together to make sure that road was 4 laned all the way to 301. And I think that was a very good move. Ridge Road Extension is kind of like we had the Army Corps in our way for many, many years. With the issues with the Army Corps, we hired a good consultant to go through, help us build that road out to, right now it's a Sun Lake, but we still got to make those north connections to South Lake, Sun Lake as well. But getting that out to 41 is going to be a big reliever as well. And I think the Rangeland, which is the old Tower Road project, which will connect all the way from 54 diagonally up to 52, would be some good relievers. State Road 52 coming across is going to be a big benefit when we finish that last section. And I'll say that even north to 41 up to Hernando County is going to be multi-lined as well. So we've got a lot of things working, and we're just trying to like get them all funded as quick as we can and get them done as quick as we can.
Now, of all the issues that are confronting Pasco County, which single issue is most important to you and why? And what would you do about it if elected?
Well, we're trying to be a very efficient county. I mean, as far as creating jobs, that was a top priority of mine many years ago. And right now, I think we're ranked as either number 2 or number 3 nationwide for bringing jobs. And that took a lot of funding through the Economic Development Council's Penny for Pasco part of the portion of the money. It took an attitude of the county commissioners to say, we don't want our people driving down to Tampa, driving down to Pinellas County to go get work. We want to have them work right here for a better quality of life. So I think that focus has been a great focus to us go all the way through. Stormwater is also a big issue for us. If you went to areas a few years back when I first got elected, you had Timber Oaks, Jasmine Lakes, Palm Terrace and Nome, Holiday Hills, Leisure Lane down in Newport Richey, a few other areas. We've solved a lot of the flooding. We do have plans in place for Sea Pines, Green Key coming up as well with funding in place. And I think with the improvements we're making on the west side, it's going to be it's a much better situation. We're not on the news like we used to be. And now at the meeting we had today with the east side is we're going to start working on Zephyr Hills and St. Leo and try to help them with their flooding issues as well. So I think all in all, we've got a lot of great things working right now.
Where can voters go to learn more about your campaign and your position on the issues most important to them?
Well, hopefully they'll look at this, but my cell phone number is 727-534-8846. I've been always accessible to anybody. I've made that available from day one, well before many local officials have done. But I do try to keep everybody, if you want to contact me about anything in the county whatsoever, what my positions are or what I'm actually doing just in the county itself, the regular county email works well. And my Jack Mariano CC@gmail is a way to directly email as well.
Well, Jack Mariano, candidate for Pasco County Board of County Commissioners, District 5. On behalf of our members and our board of directors, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us and your willingness to serve in an elected office. This concludes our candidate interview.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all the chamber does. You've made Pasco County growing at a great place, and we've just made a lot of great things happen. So thanks for the chamber's help.